Hi guys, this is Vineet, and in this video we will discuss about how you can create a user-defined data type alias within SQL Server. And when you create a user-defined data type, the name of the UDT or user-defined data type must comply with the rules for the identifiers. We have a separate video on identifiers which you can go through. You may find the link to that video within my library. And basically UDTs must follow the or comply with the rules for the other identifiers. An identifier can be a name of a variable, just for an example. And in order to create a UDT, you can create it via GUI mode in SQL Server Management Studio, or you can write a query syntax in T-SQL or transact SQL in SQL Server Management Studio. Now let me take you through a demo within SQL Server how you can create user-defined data type. So once you open the SQL Server program, it asks you to connect to a instance of a database, and I'm connecting to a local default instance of a database here. And here I have Northwind database, and we have various tables inside it. And now let me show you how you can create a user-defined data type over here. Okay, so in order to create a user-defined data type, you need to go to the programmability section under the databases. Select the database for which you want to view the programmability section. Just expand it and go to programmability. Expand the programmability section. Under programmability, you will see the type section, which contains various user-defined data types. And when you expand the types section, you have a specific section for user-defined data types. And here you can create a new user-defined data type. Now here in Northwind database, we do not have any user-defined data types defined. So let's right-click on it and click on the new user-defined data type option. It will open up a dialog box. Let me expand this, and I will take you through the items in this dialog box one by one. So basically there are certain sections. So let me first take you through the allow nulls dialog box, which I can check or uncheck. The purpose of this box is to specify whether a user-defined data type can accept the null values or not. And the nullability of an existing user-defined data type is not editable. Okay, so we cannot edit the null fields, and this checkbox can be selected to specify whether this user-defined data type can allow nulls or not. So for now, let me check this box. I'm allowing my user-defined data type to allow nulls. And second is the data type section, which is here, and it's a drop down. If you click on the drop down, it lists out various SQL Server predefined data types. Some of them are big int, binary, big int, int. These are for integer data types, and for character data types we have other data types like char or varchar or nvarchar. These are the data types for character data. So let me select a data type for, I'm defining an alias for varchar data type. So basically in this data type section, we select the base data type. These are called base data types. We can select it from a list box, and this list box displays various kinds of data types. Okay, now there is a default option over here. For now, let's leave this section. It is discussing something about binding, which we will discuss in our future videos. And let's come to length and precision of this data type. and let me define the length. For now it is specifying 8000 characters as the length of this data type, so it means that varchar within bracket means variable length character type field, and 8000 characters can be up to 8000 characters can be accepted. So let me change it to 100, and in varchar data type there is no precision, but if we use any numeric data type, precision can be defined, and precision can only be defined on the numeric based user defined data types, where we can specify the fixed and floating portion of a number, what comes before how many digits can come before a decimal and how many digits can come after a decimal. But now we are just concentrating on the varchar character data type, and we are taking 100 characters, and there are certain data types for which the length field does not get displayed. So some of them are for an varchar max, the length field does not comes up. So for example, if I select this, it automatically grays out the length field. Now let me take it back to varchar, and let's set it back to 100. And there are certain base data types like nvarchar max and varchar max, and the third one is var binary max. If we select any of these three options, the length field will automatically get grayed out. Now the next section is name. We need to specify the name of the user type data we are defining, or UDT we are defining. So let me specify it as mychar. So it is similar to writing a code, like mychar is equivalent to declaring a varchar of 100 characters. Alright, and if we are creating a new user defined data type alias, we need to specify a unique name across the database to represent the user defined data type. And let's we will discuss about default and rules options in our future videos, so for now I'm just omitting them. And let me see if there are any other options as well. And we can also specify schema if there are more than one. For now we just have the DBO schema. If we click on this, we can check how many schemas are there. So we have other schemas as well in the Northwind database. So one of the schema is guest, and DBO is one of them. So these are the two main schemas. So here I'm creating my data type under the DBO schema only. But if we want to specify any different schema, we can specify it using this box and type the name of the schema we want to put this new UDT under. And next thing is the storage. So it is showing me how much storage my new user defined data type will occupy. So it will occupy 100 bytes of storage. So if we talk about number where we have certain precision, so each precision type can take different amount of storage. And if we take any Unicode type character types like nchar or nvarchar, and the size of the storage is 2 times the number of length we are taking. So for example, if we have taken nvarchar instead of just varchar, with the 100 characters, it will occupy 200 bytes of storage. And in the schema box, we can specify our own schema as well, or we can select an existing schema via this box. If we type any other name, a new schema will get created, and a user defined will get created under that schema. and we have given the name, which is mychar, and we have specified the data type, we have specified the length. Precision and scaling is not applied in our scenario. We have specified whether my database will allow nulls, so I'm checking this box, and we are not binding anything at this moment, a default or a rule in this scenario. So I'm emoting the values for this section. So basically these defaults and rules are not created in SQL Server Management Studio. There is a separate tool available called Template Explorer, which can be used to create defaults and rules. After if these rules are created, we can bind them to this data type. For now we don't have anything like default or rule already available. So let's create an OK. It will create a data type for us. So now we see under user defined data types that my user defined data type is created. So how can I use it? Suppose if I write a new query, and suppose here if I am declaring a variable var1, we need to specify the data type of variable. So for example, instead of specifying this, we can specify the data type of variable like this, and later on we can set the variable to certain string. So I am taking a text string over here, and this is a test string, and later on I can use the print statement to print this variable. So let's see how this code executes. So I need to specify @ symbol before this. So let me see. Okay. Okay, let me see how I can set this variable to certain thing. So @var1 equals to, this is a test string. Let me try this. Let me try this. So yeah, so in this statement I have declared the variable var1 with the varchar 100 data type, and I have assigned the string to it, and the same statement where I'm declaring it. Now in order to print that variable, I can use the print statement and pass on the variable to it, and if I execute this statement, and it will print the test string, whatever is stored in this variable. Now instead of this, I can simply use my user defined type, which I had created few minutes back. So I can specify mychar, which is equivalent to variable corrector, variable of length 100. So I can use my UDT like this. So I've just shown you how you can use the user defined types that we had created. So instead of specifying the complete varchar with 100 value inside it, we can just specify mychar UDT, which automatically specifies varchar 100. And so far we have shown you how you can use the how you can create the user defined types using the GUI mode in SQL Server. Now let me show you how you can create a UDT by writing the T-SQL syntax. So let me just open up a new query window, and let me create anything. So you need to you may write this code along with me. So you need to specify the create statement, and you need to specify type, as we are creating a user defined type, and then you need to specify the name of the type. So let's say the name of the type is my type, and then you need to specify from clause, and then you need to specify from which base type you are creating this variable. So for example, I'm creating it from integer variable, and I'm also specifying that it cannot accept the null values. So here I have defined the type. Let's click on the F5 button to execute this query. Now if I refresh this section, I will see my other type over here, and so let me try to use this type. So I'm declaring a variable length. Instead of length, let me use height. So I need to specify the I'm declaring a variable height, which can be of integer type, but this time instead of integer I'm just using my type, which is equivalent to integer, and I can specify a value to it. So 10 is the value. I'm printing that value of my height. So let's execute these two statements. So I got 10 as the message. So let me see if I can declare and print this height. So it is not printing anything. So let me again specify value, some different value to it. So yeah, it's showing up 20, whatever value I've assigned to my variable height, using the user-defined data type. My type is also a user-defined data type. And let's remove these types which we have created. You can simply right click on them and click on delete and click OK, and let me delete other one as well. And guys, we are done with this video, and let me go back to my notes. And guys, please do hit on the like button if you really like this video. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to get the regular updates regarding the videos I post. And please share this video with your friends if you really like it. And I thank you so much for your time. Have a nice day.